Hey, I'm Riggers. Thanks for dropping in. How are we doing today, everyone? I am a bit exhausted. I have had a very strenuous day of work today, and I am in bed, as you can see, because I have pulled muscles in my stomach and in other places. Places I didn't know I had muscles, and I'm just dying. Thankfully, not literally, but I refuse to leave bed. I'm just bleh. So I still wanted to make a video, and I am doing that. I am making a video. You're getting quality content, definitely. What I wanted to talk about today is a game I have just completed. I'm not even Englishing now. A game I've just completed recently. Recompleted. So I did my first playthrough as a teenager back in 2017, and I just played through the game again from start to finish, all the main story and a few bits of extra stuff, but mainly just focused on the story. And that is Sleeping Dogs, developed by United Front Games. Originally slated to be published by Activision, but they ditched it, so it was published by Square Enix. Originally part of the True Crime series. You can look up the various details of that online, but Sleeping Dogs, standalone game as it stands, didn't have any sequels. What is it? If you don't know what it is, or need a recap, Sleeping Dogs is a open world third person martial arts based crime bear. It's an open world game, pew pew, punchy punchy. Basically, you go undercover with the police, and you are investigating the Chinese triads. So you become a member of a group called the Sun On Yi, and you use a childhood friend called Jackie to get your way into the group, and you end up working for this guy called Winston, and it's brilliant. I've saved quite a few clips of my playthrough because I've been playing on my Steam Deck, and it's constantly set to record. It records the last 2 hours of your gameplay, so I've recorded a few clips, some funny stuff, some just general gameplay stuff. But yeah, the game has got absolutely fantastic combat, which I shall show a bit here of. I love the combat in this game, the fluidity of the controls, or the different combos you can pull off, the finisher moves, just the different techniques, punch punch, kick punch, different grapples and throws and finisher moves. It's fantastic. It's very fun. When shit's going down when you go into a fight, and it just feels good. You really feel like you're roughing it as this Chinese gangster. The game's set in Hong Kong, so it's very living up to the detail of the environment and the world space you'd expect. Characters speak. A brilliant thing about the game is characters speak in Chinese and in English, so they have a blend of both languages, which I really like, because if it was just a lot of games set in Asia or other countries, they'll just be either, well, it's like being subbed or dubbed, isn't it? So it's either you have the English dubbing, or you play through it with the native language of that place, but with subtitles. With this game, it's the characters will speak in English, but they'll also speak in Chinese, maybe when they're angry or they're swearing or emotional or whatever it may be. So they have a nice blend of that, which I do like. And it adds to the authenticity of Hong Kong, because Hong Kong used to be a British-owned territory. So people would speak English there, and there would be that. There's a few British characters in there, there's a few British radio hosts. Your main police liaison is a British guy, a guy called Pendrew. So it's got that historical aspect of being a previously British-owned place, and it's got its very deep-seated Chinese roots. You've got people on the street who say all sorts of street food, pork buns.
You look like you could use a man who never eats pork buns.
Starving.
Is never a whole man.
Oh, you like that one. I know it.
Why don't you have
Curry fish balls, roast duck, whatever else, and they give you different stat bonuses, health regeneration, increased damage, all sorts of cool stuff. So always make sure to eat food. Always eat your sticky curry balls or fish balls or whatever they are. Eat the fish balls. They are useful. driving around. It's typical of the open world third person type games. I don't want to say GTA like, but I know that is the common terminology, I suppose, that people do band around. But you know the drill. It's a game, contemporary sort of game usually, open world space, and you can drive cars, and there's radio stations. You always got to have your music. You've got to have quality radio music, and this game doesn't disappoint. You got Sagittarius FM, which plays like more like 80s stuff. You got like, I think Queen plays on that one, and you've got it's called something like Booth Easy or something. There's a classic station. You got rock. You've got stations for native music spoken or performed by people of Chinese and Asian descent. They've even got some original music created for the game. There's a character in the game called Vivienne Liu, who's a fictional pop star singer, and her in-universe music plays in the radio station, so you can listen to the pretend pop singers, like the in-game pop singers' actual music, like from created for the game. Do you get me? Similar to Saints Row 1, where you can listen to music by Aisha, the character in that game, and in Fallout 4 you can listen to music by Magnolia, who's a character created for that game, and a few other games as well. What else is fantastic about Sleeping Dogs? The primary character of the game is called Wei Shen. He's a really interesting protagonist because you see him torn between his duty of doing right for the police and his newfound respect and the closeness he has with his contemporaries, with his triad colleagues, whether it's Winston and his partner Peggy, whether it's Jackie, Conroy, whoever it may be, Ricky, Uncle Po, the people he works around or works for, and the respect he has to gain, not just for his undercover job, but also in a genuine aspect. Like if people are wronged or disrespected, then it riles him up, and he can push against his superintendent and his police contact, Raymond. The superintendent's Pendrew, so he's got a few police people he works with. There's also a woman called Teng, but she's less to do with the undercover stuff and more to do with taking down various players like drug dealers, illegal street racers. So the Wei Shen does jobs for her as well, but she's less about the day-to-day handling of the undercover stuff and more by taking down smaller players and using his undercover status as a way to get that done, a means to an end. So the people around him, he's torn between his police training and, you know, what he's actually there to do the job for, and he gets this sort of a pull in the direction towards the triads. Ultimately that creates frictions all around for him. Sometimes he's accused of being a rat in the triads. Sometimes the police think he's been a bit of a prick and be like, no, I'm going to pull you out, that's it, you know, you're going too far. So he's not making friends on either side, but he's doing what he wants to do to get the job done. And playing as that sort of character who, this is a character who, he's a police officer, but he blatantly murders people. You know, he's a good guy because he's someone who's trying to get good things done, but he's not this unrealistic, perfect gold standard. He's someone who is willing to do bad things to get the good things done. And he's not the only example of that in the game, but he's an interesting protagonist anyway. I don't want to go into any specific details, I don't want to spoil anything for people who haven't played the game, but it's fantastic. You've got great driving, you've got great soundtrack, great martial arts. So the heavy emphasis on the game is the melee combat. There is pew 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 guns, but that's like when shit's really going down. There isn't the overwhelming majority of the gameplay is melee combat, usually with just your fists. There are melee weapons as well that you can take off your opponents, and your opponents can take weapons off you. In one of the DLCs, The Year of the Snake, which is a small story expansion set after the base game, you have a tear gas grenade launcher, and an enemy took that off me and started shooting tear gas in my face, which was quite hilarious. I do like having aspects like that when your opponent can get one up on you and they can take your weapon away and they can disarm you and weaken you. I like that. But yeah, I think it's a fantastic game. I hadn't played it at all in 9 years. Just played it again over the Easter break just gone while I was off from work, and I've had an absolute blast. Tore through the whole game in a few days. Excellent stuff. So if you've never played Sleeping Dogs, I highly recommend you pick it up. It usually goes on sale for about £3.75, cheap as chips. Absolutely try it. I couldn't recommend it more highly enough. Solid 9 out of 10 from me. All round great game. And I hope you're having a great day. I am going to edit this video now as I lie over dramatically, melodramatically, whichever one of those works more, crippled in bed because I've pulled on my muscles and I just feel like a big wussy weakling. But I hope you all having a great month so far, and thank you for watching my channel. It means the world very much. I've been new on YouTube since I was 15, mainly on another channel, and I'm still doing it now, taking breaks and hiatuses, but for me, content creation, informing people, making people laugh, just putting myself out there and just doing cool stuff, it's what it's all about. I really love being creative, drawing, writing, painting, whatever it is. YouTube is a big passion of mine, always has been since I was in high school, and I really enjoy making videos for you guys, so thank you. Whether you're new, been around for a while, maybe this is the only video you'll ever watch of mine. I think that guy was a freak, I'm never watching him again, fair enough. Thank you for the mere milliseconds of my time that you allow me to take up of your time, because yeah, it means a lot, so thank you for that. And until the next one, hopefully I won't be bedbound and being a baby then, but thank you for watching and you take care.